Hello, hello. I don't think my audio is working, is it? Can anyone hear me? I don't think my. Oh, yep, no, we're working. It's working. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being patient, and thanks to everyone who showed up here at 3:30 instead of 3 because does anyone own an Apple mouse? It's probably the worst invention in the world. Mm. So basically, with the Apple mouse, when it dies, the only way you can charge it is through the bottom. Like there's no, why wouldn't they put the charging port on the front like a normal mouse inventor? Basically, once it's dead, you can't use it. That's it makes no sense to me. It's actually crazy. Yeah. So it really I was like ready to go to. I was excited, like got all my stuff set up, and then just could not do anything because my mouse doesn't work. Oh, shoot. Somebody sent a super chat already. Hi, I loved your new video, especially the Estes method. Even the solo one with the headphones was really, really interesting. I hope we see more. Oh, thank you so much, George. Delta 2, Mr. George. I appreciate that so much. That was so nice of you. Um, did I fix the audio? Do you guys hear this scream when someone sends a super chat? Because I know when I stream on my phone, you guys heard it, but if I stream on my computer, I don't think I have it set up right. Let me know if you heard. Oh, the scream works now. Yeah, it always scares me. I'm gonna do something really quick. I feel like I was in the middle of saying something and I totally forgot, but not important. I'm gonna see if I fix the sound through my headphones. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Let's see. Where's my headphones? If I go mute, I apologize. We're figuring this out as we go. Are they connected to my phone? Hmm. I love Apple, but they really test my patience. Hmm. Hmm. My computer doesn't want to connect to my headphones. Anyway, we'll just keep it moving. Yeah, I totally this program is complicated. Let's see who we got in here. We got Gary. Hello, Gary. We got George that sent the super chat. Scared the crap out of me. Chester, what's up? Mr. Hatman. Oh, Sydney's in here. Hey, Sydney, what's up? I thought you were working still. We got Dustin. Darren, what's up? Dustin, did I say Dustin twice? Well, now I did. Eric, we got Eric. We got Chris Bowen. Hello. Jared, Jason, Heather. What's up, Heather? Got some familiar faces in here. I like this. I feel like we have a solid crew. You know what I mean? Obviously my channel isn't huge, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that go live that have like hundreds of people, but you know what? I like this intimate group. I like that I feel like I know you guys, you know. I know your names. I don't know. It just feels like a cool group. And we're all here for the same reason because we like spooky stuff. Hi, Dustin. Again, third time's a charm. And okay, so the headphones aren't going to connect. That's cool. So who in the chat saw my new episode besides George? Definitely saw it. George with the super chat. So I was gonna go through some stuff with the new episode with you guys, but now I don't know if that's gonna work because my audio is not really working. So the problem is you guys could probably hear it, but I know when I did it this way last time, there was an echo. So let's just see. Let's just see what happens. But this was the first, I have a list of things I wanted to do on the stream today, but I wanted to start with the most recent episode. All right, I'm going to switch over. I'm going to need you guys to tell me if we're echoing, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's going to echo if you can even hear it. Are we echoing? Can you hear it? No echo, and you guys can hear it? Wait, Sydney can't hear it. Can't hear the video, but no echo. Well, that doesn't frickin' work. Okay, I want to figure this out though. Be patient with me. I'm gonna make it happen. Tech. We love technology. I don't have my tech team here. I'm all solo. All I have is Kiki behind me. And she's literally snoring. Wait, I don't know if she's in the camera view. No, she's literally blending into her bed. Here, I'll try to show you guys real quick. Wait, let me go full screen for you guys. There's Kiki. You can barely see her. She's blended. She's the same color as the blanket. So there's that. She just squeaked. I think that was her saying hi to you guys. Oh, my sister's here. What's up? What's up, Ashley? Wait, so some people heard the video and some people didn't? Looks like we got a split audience here. I'm trying one thing, and if not, I'll just continue. Audio input capture. I don't think that's what we need. Let's try it. No, that's not what we needed. I need an audio output capture. And that's what I did. Chris, you're gonna get put in timeout. Don't be inappropriate in my freaking chat, because let me tell you, my mods are the police. Where's Big Papa, by the way? Speaking of mods, where's Big Papa? When Big Papa is not in my chat, I get concerned because he's always here. Hold on. Monitor. Let's see if this fixes it. Monitor, mute. We might echo. I might have made this worse. Oh yeah, he was MIA yesterday too, Big Papa. Okay. You guys let me know if you can hear it. And if you can, is it echoing? No echo? Since 1906, a lot of history. We got one no echo. No echo. Sydney can't hear it. Wait, why can't Sydney hear it? I'm so confused. How could that happen? But everyone else can hear it? Oh, now Sydney can hear it. Okay. Okay, so if it becomes echoey, you guys let me know because I'm winging this here. I'm not doing this properly. Oh wait, hold on. Here's the problem. I feel like a 90-year-old like trying to figure out how to work stuff. I'm not the streaming world is crazy. Like people that just stream, like so much goes into it. Now, yeah, I think you guys were just hearing it from my mic. Let me see what happens if I try it on here. Yeah, the headphones are not connected. I don't know why.
Before the neon glow of the strip, before the high-rise casinos. There was the Golden Gate, opened in 1906. It is the oldest hotel in Las Vegas and one of the most haunted. Once a stopover for mobsters, gamblers, and drifters, its walls have seen fortunes won, lives ruined.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there. Do you guys hear it well, or does it just sound like it's a distance from my mic? We're gonna get there eventually. I feel like every stream so far is like at least 30 minutes of me trying to figure out how to work something with technology. All right, well, it seems like everyone can hear it fine, so yeah, it's definitely coming from the mic. See, with the Streamlabs thing, it's like every audio and visual thing you're seeing is like a whole separate like thing you have to do. It's not easy. Maybe for some people it's easy, but not for me. I was trying to Google it before how to do it. How to add your web browser audio in Streamlabs. Let's see what it says. Yeah, the one video I clicked on before, the guy was like not even explaining it. It was the worst video I've ever seen. Make sure your audio source isn't muted. It is not. Wait, monitor and output. Could that fix it?
Some.
No, that's not it. Why? 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 I wish I was a good singer. I would sing to you guys while I try to fix this, but this is so crazy. I need the instruction manual. Pull up the instruction manual. Go to settings, audio, and set your monitoring device to some. What? This is in Chinese. Yeah, I give up. We're gonna do it how we've been doing it. Okay, anyway. This new episode that I did was at the Golden Gate Casino, which is in downtown Las Vegas. It's a cool spot. It's all of downtown is very historic and old and creepy. I mean, El Cortez is one I want to do. That one's super old and creepy. I'll pull it up for you guys. El Cortez, Las Vegas. So, I mean, if you guys don't know this, downtown Las Vegas, like what is considered downtown now, was the original strip, and that's when it was like mob days, like the mob controlled Vegas. So, a lot of unaliving people, hiding bodies in walls, probably. I don't know. They just did like crazy stuff, and this was all downtown. So This is the El Cortez. I've always get weird vibes from this one. I don't know why. And this, kind of like the one I just did, the Golden Gate, they have a set of original rooms. Let me see if I can find it on the website. El Cortez original rooms. Oh yeah, they have 47 original rooms. However, they do look like they were renovated a bit. Like, it doesn't look that spooky to me. But these rooms, like, probably seen a lot of crazy shit. Which is similar to what I did. So I went to the Golden Gate. They have their original 10 rooms. So uh they're not renovated, that's for sure. Those are very original. But they hold a lot of history, a lot of stories in those particular rooms. They're tiny, like tiny, tiny historic rooms. Hey, Patty, what's up? She said, hey from Vegas. Patty knows the deal with the downtown casinos, those creepy mob casinos. Dustin asked if I'm using OBS. I use OBS. I have the program, but I go through Elgato for like my mic and the camera hub. And then, so that kind of acts as OBS. And then I stream through Streamlabs. This shit is crazy and complicated. There's like 4 programs you need just to like do a cool stream. So, oh, Austin's in here. Hey, what's up, Austin? So Austin was in this episode that I did. Anyway, enough of El Cortez. That will be a future location for sure. Oh, that's my chat. Anyway, back to my YouTube channel, because we're gonna go through that episode. I don't know if everyone in the chat saw the episode, but spoiler alert.
The original 10 rooms still exist hidden within the hotel's walls. Relics of a time when drifters, gamblers, and outlaws.
So this is cool. I like how they have the plaques outside of the particular rooms. Like there's only 10 of them. So most of them were on the 2nd floor, and then the one I was in was on the 3rd floor. I believe it was room 321. Is that the name of the episode? I don't know. Shows how much I know. Oh, Sydney, you're staying at El Cortez in July. Yeah, let me know how that is. I might end up filming there before that, so I'll let you know if there's any spooky things going on in there. The outside of El Cortez, there's something about the sign. Every time I pass it, I'm just like, damn, that place is haunted. Like, the Golden Gate, I actually never thought of as a haunted casino. I know it's old and it's just in that category anyway, but I don't know, it doesn't give me that vibe. I just never thought about it. The reason I went there is because I realized they had these original 10 rooms, and I was like, let's see what happens. But El Cortez, now that's a different story. So the plaques outside the rooms say officially. Oh, okay, let's try that again. Officially original. This right here is one of the 10 rooms in one of the first 10 rooms in all of Vegas, built by rancher John F. Miller. This establishment opened in 1906 and has never closed. If these walls could talk, you'd be in for a long, interesting story. So it was pretty interesting. I thought it was going to be more active. What people don't realize with ghost hunting is not every place is like Hill House where things are flying over, or like the Garnett House where things are moving and you're screaming and crying and scared and running around. This was cool though. Like you definitely feel like you're in a time capsule. It feels like a place with residual energy. I don't know if it's like an intelligent type of haunting. However, like the one name that was coming through ended up being weird, and we'll we'll go to that part because that was one of the most interesting parts. I believe the guy's name was Arthur. Where's Arthur? Yeah, so where did it start? I think it was right around when I'm coming out of the closet. This is how small the rooms are. I'm gonna mute that and I'm gonna talk over it. They had to cut out a notch of the door in the bathroom so it could pass the light switch. Like that's how small this room is. So the name Arthur came up 3 times right here. So I didn't mention it before this because I was like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was important. So it said Austin, first of all, which is crazy because Austin literally did a virtual SS method with me. And then Arthur came up, and then it said Arthur is wandering, and then it said Arthur gravestone. So by the third time, I was like, okay, Arthur, you got my attention. Let's talk. And prior to this, I had no idea about any of the specific ghosts or haunting of this place because no one's really filmed here much that I can find. Like, I don't know, it's not a heavily investigated place. So I didn't have any background knowledge. And it's hard to even find stuff about this. But after that came up and I asked ChatGPT if Arthur is a known spirit there just by chance, it's crazy because it is. Like Arthur used to be a bartender there and was for a long time, and they believe his spirit is there. And then that came up on my word bank 3 times. So it's just stuff like that where when people are like the apps and the word banks don't work, I'm like, well, how did that happen? Like that's it's too much of a coincidence. Patty said the Gold Coast old rooms are amazing. Is that downtown? I'm gonna keep that up, but what's it called? Gold. I'm trying to remember which one the Gold Coast is. Huh. Oh my God, what was that? That scared me. I think someone subscribed. Oh, my heart. Thanks for subscribing. Let's see, the Gold Coast. This looks familiar, but I'm like, where is this? Oh, this isn't downtown. Is this by the Palms? Do they have original rooms in here? Continue as a guest. Yeah. Stay. All right, this is taking me in circles. Gold Coast, I don't like your website. Check available rooms. Where's their original rooms? Gold Coast original rooms. I should probably put Las Vegas. I don't see the original rooms, but that looks like a spooky casino. Anyway, so yeah, Arthur coming through 3 times on the word bank, and then me finding out that that is indeed a known spirit there is pretty wild. I would say that's something intelligent, unless like I guess it could not be because I feel like I wasn't having a conversation with this Arthur. Like things were just kept popping up. Let's see. Arthur Gravestone. Hello, Arthur. Arthur, are you the one that set off the REM pod? If there's an Arthur here that can hear my voice, can you set up later? Can you set off one of these pieces of equipment for me, if you can hear me, Arthur. He said, ding. Where is there a breeze coming from? I noticed that several times throughout the night that when I said that I felt a breeze, the bell would ding. So it happened in my Estes method at the end, and it happened there and just like a couple times. And that bell isn't set off by like, it's not like a wind, like I'm just feeling a breeze on me. And that's an EMF detector. So it's just weird that it would happen simultaneously. Say that. It's so weird. It does not feel associated with the golden. Here it is. Of wind, like at my knee level. Is there an Arthur associated with the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino?
Yes. One of the most commonly mentioned spirits associated with the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino is believed to be a former bartender named Arthur. Arthur
And then it dings when it says his name.
during his early years and has become a part of the building's lore. Guests and staff have reported encountering a spirit that seems to have a friendly, playful nature. Some have felt a presence or noticed objects moving seemingly on their own, often attributing these occurrences to Arthur's playful spirit.
That's crazy. That was crazy. So yeah, Arthur was pretty chill. Besides that, it just seemed like a lot of residual energy, but it's still a cool spot. Walking around the hallways was cool. I'll probably put, if I can like use anything of that, I'll put it on my Patreon. It was just really loud in the hallway. Like, I don't know, just like air conditioner and vents and everything. It just wasn't good audio. I didn't want to put it in my full YouTube video, but that's what my Patreon is for. I know I've been slacking on posting stuff on that. I've just been working on a lot of other stuff with all this content. I do everything by myself, so it gets to be a lot to keep up with. Usually people have a team for this kind of stuff, and trust me, I will be having a team once my channel grows enough. The second it's profitable enough to get an editor again, like Austin. I don't know if Austin's still here, but I would love to do that again because it just saves me so much time. I do love editing episodes. I love the creativity, but it gets overwhelming. It's a lot. It takes a lot of time. Like, I mean, with paranormal stuff, it's not just like vlogging content where you can throw together the cool parts. I have to sit there and listen and intently watch every second of all of my footage because you never know when something is gonna happen. Like so many EVPs I capture, I have no idea about until I'm watching the footage back with headphones on. And I've caught so many things like that where you see a shadow in the background that is just so quick, just like one little frame. So watching all your footage and editing it with paranormal stuff is, I would say, harder than any other content out there. There's no way. Like gaming stuff, like throw together the highlights, do whatever. But this paranormal content is time consuming, but I love it. I love watching back the footage because the excitement I get when I'm just sitting there and like I hear like a little whisper like coming through my mic somehow, like in my headphones. It's the best feeling. It's so fun. It's so exciting. I would say that's probably like when men like fishing. You know what I mean? It's like really, it takes patience, but once you get the reward, it's worth it. I'm going to pop back into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Let's see, I've missed a lot. Eric said, "You're like my best friend and you are so cool. Love your videos." That's so nice. We are best friends. We are definitely best friends. All of you guys here, I would consider my best friends. Do, do, do. LWS said, "Love Vegas. I'll be there in August." Well, maybe you should go to the Golden Gate Casino. Pop in there. Oh, Dustin's talking about OBS. Yeah, no, I have OBS, and it's like, uh, it's kind of the same as what I'm doing with Camera Hub. Like, it's just like linking my mic and my camera and all that stuff together. But all of like that audio stuff I'm doing, like, is through Streamlabs. It just like all of the cool little backgrounds and stuff I have is through Streamlabs, and it would just be. I've tried OBS too, and it does a lot more, but it's a lot more complicated. It's overwhelming. Wreaking Havoc is here. Sydney, how did you fall in the kitchen? What happened? What did I miss? And Shidooks, how do I say that? Shidooks asked, how are you not scared in those places? That place was very not scary. I think part of it is just like it's a hotel. So like I know there's other people around. Like I'm in my own room. I feel safe. The spirit stuff doesn't scare me as much as real people. And Sydney, yeah, good luck on your journey of learning to edit. It's fun. It's a long journey. I used to use Premiere Pro, and I don't know why I stopped using it. I think when I had an editor, and then I started using CapCut because it's very user friendly for YouTube stuff or like shorts specifically. And recently I was like, you know what? Premiere Pro does do a lot more, and I have like a lot of templates for it. And I went back to use Premiere Pro, and the whole interface is completely changed. Like I don't recognize it at all. And I got overwhelmed, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's not what I remembered it to be. I don't know. I know they've done a lot of updates, but it just looked completely different. It reminds me of DaVinci, which I don't like that program. I know there's probably a lot of DaVinci fans that are gonna see this. And no hate, it's really good for like coloring, but it's too much for me. And Patty says, I have a ton of older footage to post, but I hate to edit. Yeah, I have so much footage that I have not put out yet, besides the 2 upcoming episodes, which the next one is a Ghost Club paranormal collaboration I did in Flagstaff. That's going to be the next one, and I'm very excited, but that one I feel like is gonna be a lot to edit because I have, like, 2 different cameras I was using and then, like, 3 security cameras we were using. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. But just the whole location was fun. Like the backstories about all the rooms we had, and that's the one. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had a Slim Jim, and I tied it to the fan, and it's due to the backstory of that room. I'm not gonna give it away yet, but yeah, we hung meat from the ceiling fan as a trigger object. You never know what's gonna go down when we're ghost hunting. But it was a serious thing. It seemed silly, but it was serious. And then after that I'm even more excited for that one. That was the Stanley Hotel. That night was so much fun. I know a lot of you guys in here now were in my live stream when I was going through the hedge maze during the day, and I brought you guys to the pet cemetery. But I went back into the maze at night by myself, and it got so creepy. Like, the side of the maze towards the pet cemetery, like, every time I went over there, I got, like, a little lost and I couldn't get out, and just crazy stuff was coming through the spirit box, and yeah, I brought the spirit box out there. I was scared someone was gonna pop up, though, but I think I was probably the only one wild enough that night at that hotel to just go out in that maze alone at night. And one time I saw you using the Kinect for infrared camera. I think you're talking about the SLS camera, the thing with the stick figures. They're like the ghosts pop up and they're like, you know, uh, yeah, maybe you're talking about that. Yeah, that's the SLS camera. Where was I in the chat? Yeah, I just don't know how to pronounce that. Shidux. Is that French for shit? Shidux. I don't know what that is. I like it though. It's a cool name. And it's your first time here. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy our weirdness. And Patty said the Gold Coast is across the street from the Horseshoe. Oh, are you talking about Horseshoe as in Bally's? It's crazy because the Horseshoe used to be Binion's a long time ago. And now Binion's is also like Hotel Apache. It's confusing around here in Vegas. Like, just make up a new name. Get a whole new name. I hear Kiki snoring in the background. She like does this whistle and it's like that's literally what it sounds like. It's so funny. Sometimes she sounds like an opera singer. Patty says, I am my best paranormal equipment. I use apps and my portal so others can maybe see a bit of what I know is there. Exactly, Patty. I say that all the time. I mean, when I first started exploring haunted places, like when I was young and would go to these abandoned asylums and sleep at my friend's very haunted house, I didn't use equipment then. I really only kind of knew about the equipment from ghost hunting shows, of course, but I was like, how do I use this and still do what I did before? And of course, like for filming and YouTube purposes, if I were to just go to a haunted place and just walk around and say everything I'm feeling, that could be cool for a bit. But, you know, there's that whole group of people that are like, you're just making it up. So I feel like the equipment kind of does confirm what I'm seeing, feeling, and experiencing. So it is good for that. But I think sometimes people rely on it too much. But then again, not everyone's intuitive, and some people can't have that personal experience with the spirit world. So that's their only gateway to it. So there's different angles with it, but you know, the equipment's fun. It's interactive, it's fun. And Eric said, "You're so cool to talk to." Thank you. You're cool to talk to too. I appreciate you being here. Chester said, "Who named all these places?" The mob. The mob on a lot of cocaine. Just imagine that, just a bunch of mob leaders like doing cocaine and just coming up with crazy casino names. The Horseshoe, freaking Binions. Binions is the worst name. Who came up with Binions? It's a horrible name for a casino. I just don't like the word in general. It's not a good word. What else is there? El Cortez. The Golden Gate's pretty normal. Yeah, there is weird ones out there though. Yeah, Sydney says sounds like bunion. I think that's why I don't like it. That's just like a gross sounding word. Get out of here, bunion. I'm glad they renamed it. Now it's the Horseshoe, which, might I say, is a very haunted hotel and casino. So let's get into it. Let me explain this to you guys real quick. So, because this is I don't know why I haven't been there yet. I got excited when I found the original 10 rooms at the Golden Gate and I just like full sent it. However, I need to go to this place I'm about to talk about. I need a sip. So, what is now the Horseshoe Casino, which is confusing because there was a different Horseshoe Casino downtown, unrelated. So there's a casino now, a hotel casino by the, like on the strip. It's kind of behind it at the end of it. I don't know. It's in a weird spot, but it is called the Horseshoe now. Previously, it was called, I was thinking Binions. Okay, no. It's Horseshoe now. It was previously called Bally's. Bally's Casino. I was getting Bally's and Binions mixed up. However, doesn't matter. Currently Horseshoe. Previously Bally's. Previously, before it was Bally's. It was the original MGM Grand, which is confusing because there's a whole different place now that is now the MGM Grand. So, long time ago, the MGM Grand, that was then Bally's and is now Horseshoe, was they got in trouble. They got in a lot of trouble. So basically, they didn't have proper fire safety stuff in the hotel casino, and this was probably one of the biggest casinos during that time. And it went on fire. And they didn't have fire alarms or proper fire safety, and a ton of people got stuck up on the higher floors and died from this fire. And MGM Grand ended up getting banned from Vegas for a very long time. And it's crazy because now the MGM owns most of Vegas. There's a lot of MGM properties, like a lot of other casinos on the strip aren't necessarily called MGM, but they are owned by MGM. So, yeah, that place that is now Horseshoe was MGM Grand, and it's very haunted on the upper floors. People have all kinds of stories. Like they wake up and see people in their room, or they like smell fire and all this crazy stuff. And a lot of people died up there on those floors. Let's have my friend help me explain this more, get more details about it. Can you tell me about the fire at the old MGM that is now Horseshoe?
Oh, sure. The old MGM Grand Hotel, which is now known as the Horseshoe Las Vegas, experienced a tragic fire on November 21st, 1980. It was one of the deadliest hotel fires in U.S. history. The fire started in a casino restaurant and quickly spread through the building. Sadly, 85 people lost their lives and hundreds were injured. After the incident, significant safety changes were made in fire codes for hotels and casinos. The building was eventually renovated and reopened as the Bally's Hotel and Casino before becoming the Horseshoe. It's definitely a somber chapter in the history of Las Vegas.
Yeah. What floors was it on? That's what I want to know. What floors are said to be haunted from this fire?
The old MGM Grand Hotel, now known as the Horseshoe Las Vegas, has a reputation for being haunted, especially due to the tragic fire that occurred there in 1980. It's said that the spirits of those who lost their lives in the fire still linger, and some guests and staff have reported experiencing paranormal activity. While the specific floors that are haunted can vary depending on the source, it's commonly mentioned that the upper floors of the hotel are particularly associated with ghostly encounters. People have reported seeing apparitions, hearing unexplained noises, and feeling sudden drops in temperature on these floors. Whether or not these stories are true, they definitely add to the spooky atmosphere of the place.
Yeah, so that place is pretty haunted, and it's interesting because I went there, I don't know how long ago it was now, but they opened a bar in the basement of this place, and it's like an oddities bar. They have like weird oddities, and it's just like a creepy, spooky bar in this haunted hotel casino basement. So yeah, the energy is crazy there. There's just it's crazy how many hotels and casinos are haunted in Vegas, and like even just haunted by their history, whether it's like real ghosts or just like you just feel the energy of the crazy stuff that happened there. I mean, my sister and I went to the Luxor when she was visiting town. So we went to the Titanic Museum. And I'll tell you what, that Titanic Museum is definitely, I would say, haunted. I felt energy in there. I mean, they have artifacts from the Titanic. They have a huge piece of this ship hanging up in one of the rooms, just like hoisted up, this huge piece of the ship. And I put my word bank on when we went through there, and some weird stuff was coming up. But so this is the Luxor, the pyramid in Las Vegas. So besides having the Titanic Museum, which is weirdly dark, They also have the bodies exhibit, which is just literally bodies that people think are donated, but they are very suspiciously, barely legally gotten from people. Like it's like stolen bodies in this place. So you can imagine how much energy's in there. And then on top of that, so many people have committed the big sue by jumping off the ledges in this place because it's a weird setup. It's a pyramid. There's a bunch of little balconies inside going up towards the rooms, and people just jump off of them into the casino. One girl landed on the buffet back in the day. They never identified who she was. And then more recently, a guy jumped off and landed right above where the Titanic Museum is. There's like a little roof thing, and he went through that. So just crazy stuff at the Luxor. Um, Beyond that, in the basement, they still have remains of the ride that used to be down there, which was this log flume type of ride. And there are stories that this thing was shut down because people were like trying to like jump off this log ride because they were seeing dark entities. Like they would go through this dark tunnel and they were seeing these weird dark entities. And I mean, the whole casino is based off of Egyptian stuff, which if you look at Egyptian stuff, it's crazy. They knew a lot more than what we know. And I feel like putting all their hieroglyphics and kind of stuff, and I feel like they're almost mocking it. I feel like the Egyptian gods or whatever's going on with that would haunt this place. I mean, one big red flag is that big sphinx kind of, I don't know what it's called, but it's in front of the Luxor. And in Egyptian lore, it is very specific which way this thing is supposed to face, and it's supposed to protect them. They have it facing the wrong way. Like they had one job. Someone had one job, which was to research Egyptian lore and bring that vibe into the casino. And they put the important guard thing outside the wrong way. Like that's just asking for bad luck, unless they did it on purpose. Did they do it on purpose? I don't know. But all of those factors put into one place seems crazy. But I do really want to go investigate there, but I want to bring psychic medium Sam because it really bothers me that that girl that jumped off and died in the buffet area, they never figured out who she was. They said they think she was some kind of sex worker, but either way, like they just never identified her. So I think, I mean, I believe Sam could do that. Like she's worked on missing person cases and stuff before. That's kind of her. She likes to do that stuff. So I would love to go there with her, see what I can pull up on my end with my equipment and see what she pulls up intuitively and see if we can, who knows? Imagine we crack the case and figure out who the girl was. That'd be crazy. Anyway, rant over. Let me check in on the chat. Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot in the chat. Oh, I was too far scrolled up. I didn't know there was a steak emoji. That's cool. She's a cute dog. Yeah, Kiki's a cute. She's back there. It's French, yes. Ooh, I was right. It's pronounced shitta. Shitta. That's cool. Shitta. What's up, shitta? Do none of these places get copyrights to their names, right? You would think that. Maybe there's some kind of contract, though. Once they, like, go out of business, someone else can take it. I miss the Sands. Oh, yeah, what was this? What was the one they took down And Ghost Adventures went in there and they got to investigate and like bring fans in to investigate. The Riviera, I think it was called. The Rio is kind of badly haunted, lots of anxiety and dark feels. Yeah, the Rio is another one. I personally don't even like going in there in general because it gives me like bad flashback memories. So many years ago, I had stayed there. I went to like the Chippendales show, I think. I don't know. It was just like a night out and I was going to do a staycation. I don't know why I was doing it at the Rio. Weird place to do a staycation, but I guess just it's what I could afford then or something. I don't know. Probably a cheap room. And I woke up in the morning and I thought I was really hungover. Um, and it just wasn't going away, but it turns out my appendix was bursting. So every time I even look at the Rio, that's all I can think of. It was miserable, and yet I ended up getting my appendix out. It was just not a good time. But I remember being in there and it feels weird. I mean, anytime I've been in there, it's like very weirdly empty and it's kind of like Mardi Gras theme, but not. That is suspicious with such a public death. She should have been identified. Yeah, I think that, I mean, this is related to, I don't know if you guys saw the new Gone Girls documentary on Netflix. It's about the Gilgo Beach, Long Island serial killer. But all the girls that were murdered were they were sex workers and the cops just didn't care because of that. They're like put it on the bottom of the list kind of thing. So maybe because the woman who jumped off in the Luxor and died was I mean, I don't even know if that was confirmed, but they thought she was a sex worker, so they probably were just like, it's Vegas, it's like another one of those, like put it to the bottom of the list. So yeah, I believe she remained a Jane Doe. A lot of people talking about Vegas in the chat. Yeah, Vegas. I'm realizing now that like there's just so much here. Like I love to travel and go to other haunted places, but there's so much here and I live here. So much I haven't done, which is why I kind of started in with that Golden Gate episode because I do want to do more local locations because I mean this is my home now and this is just where I've been for a while and there's so many haunted places I haven't been to. And who knows if I'll be here forever, so it's like I got to do it while I'm living here. Sydney said I was living on Long Island during his killings. My stepdad actually was helping with the investigation on the Long Island serial killer. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I was born and raised there. I lived there until I was 21, so I remember like growing up. I specifically remember a lot of it happening when I was like maybe around 18 years old or so. I think that was like there was another spike in the case because you would hear about it, it would go quiet for a while, and then they would like find another body and so on and so forth. And I don't remember all the details. When I was watching the documentary, I was like, wow. I mean, they were finding a lot of the body parts in Manorville, which is like right around where I was living before I moved to Vegas. And there's probably so many more bodies out there. I can only imagine. Like that place is so woodsy. Like where I grew up, so many woods. There could be hundreds of bodies out there. It's so much to look through. Like the Pine Barrens too, like there's no way to search all of that. I think the best way to do that, though, is by using the police dogs. I don't know why they don't use them more. Maybe they use them as much as they can, but those dogs, they're better. They're a better worker than I. Benji the Bulldog has a YouTube account? Wait, Benji the Bulldog is in here? And is that my sister's dog? Wait, Ashley, did you make a YouTube account for Benji? He said roof, not him saying roof in the chat. Okay, I was gonna cry. I was so excited. I was like, he's in here. Oh my God. My sister has the best English bulldog. He he's the best guy. He's so cute. And he's such a weird dog in a way that, dogs that sleep with their owners normally like always sleep with their owners, even when there's guests around. But for whatever reason, with my sister's bulldog Benji, when you if she has any guest over that stays at her house, he wants to sleep with the guest. Like even if he doesn't know, he like just met them. He's like, no, I'm gonna sleep with them tonight. But he farts really bad in his sleep, very loud, very stinky, but he's so cute. So it's like, I'll let it slide. But the other issue is if you get up to go pee in the middle of the night, he will steal your spot. He will steal your spot. So you'll go to the bathroom, you come back, and he's laying right where you were, or like across the bed. And then I'm like, I don't want to move him. So I'm just like, okay, I'll sleep at the end of the bed. Don't worry, Benji. Yeah, he's funny. Wait, I'm dying, Benji. In the chat said, my bad. I'm just picturing him actually having like a YouTube and being in the chat. That would be so cool. I wish dogs could text. Yeah, my sister said we lived near the Pine Barrens on Long Island. Yeah, we were close to them, right? Like like where were the Pine Barrens technically? Because I know they stretch to New Jersey, right? Or does the New Jersey have a separate Pine Barrens? Yeah, Manorville was like 5 minutes away, and I don't remember when that happened, like when they found the body parts there, unless it had to have been on the news though. And I wonder where it was, like how close it really was to where we lived. It'd be crazy to go back to Long Island someday and try to like, I don't know, go to these spots, turn on a word bank, see if anything happens. I'm sure there's stuck energy in those parts. So I think when somebody dies tragically, I think part of them stays there. Michael said, did you explore them? Wait, did I explore what? What did I miss? Oh, Wading River Road. I think Wading River Road was that the road that would pass like through where the haunted house was. So fun fact, growing up, I worked at a haunted house for how many years did I work there? It was like 4 or 5. So my sister, growing up, originally worked at this local Halloween haunted house that was open every October, part of September and all of October. And I remember because I'm 7 years younger than my sister. So she started working there maybe when she was 18. I can't remember. She'll have to confirm this in the chat. But she worked there for many years. And I thought it was the coolest job. I was like, I can't wait to be old enough to work there. Maybe the age was like, was it 14 or was it 18? It had to have been 18. But anyway, when I was old enough, the year I was old enough, I was like, yes, I applied. I started working there. 16. Okay, yeah, confirmed. You had to be 16 to work there. So my sister worked there for a while. Then I finally got to work there, and I worked there for years. And it was so creepy. I still have nightmares all the time. I don't know if it like messed me up in the head or something, but like I'm so scared of Halloween haunted houses, which seems very ironic because I sleep in these real haunted houses, but there's something about like the Halloween horror haunted houses that I cannot handle. I cannot handle it at all. I any anytime like I have to be grabbed onto someone at all times, and I close my eyes and I just like barrel through the place so I don't see any of it. Like my eyes will not be open. I'm too scared. So like if there's a part where you have to separate from your group, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. There's no way I'm not going through. That actually happened to me at the local Vegas haunted houses that come to town. They just like pop up. It's called Freakling Bros. It's actually a really good haunted house. They have, I think, usually 3 of them. There's one I won't go in because they can touch you, but the witch themed one. So you go in and you all sit in a seat. And so I was like, okay, we all sat down, and one of the chairs turns around into a wall, and that person's just suddenly gone. I did not know this. I happened to be the one sitting in that seat. So we're all sitting there. The witch actor's like, whoa, ho, ho, doing like something with a cauldron. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm in a different room. Like my chair just spun around. I'm in a dark hallway suddenly. There's no one there. And I go in my chair like this. This is what I do. If you're just listening, I'm curled up in a ball on my chair. So yeah, this is me. And I just cover my head and I wouldn't move. Um, and like a minute goes by and some actor was like hiding behind a wall and he's like, "You got to get up." And I was like, "No, I am not getting up. There's no way." And they're like, "You have to get up, like you have to move." And I was like, "No." And like we're having this back and forth with this actor. I can't really see them. It's too dark, but like I'm also just like covering my eyes. And he got like a little like angry. So I was like, "Okay, okay." So like I get up and I'm just like walking down the dark hallway like this, and I can kind of hear my group on the other side of a wall, so I know they're nearby. But I was so done after that. I wanted to leave. I don't want to be separated. So yeah, I can't handle Halloween haunted houses. So when I worked at one, everyone knew how scared I was of the haunted house. So to get to your assigned working spot for the night, you sometimes have to walk through some of the rooms, and the other people working there would like scare me because they knew I was scared. So I would like always try to get someone to escort me to my spot. Like I was such a baby with it. And you would just be sitting in this room. It would be like I don't know if it was an 8-hour shift. It might have been. It's a long night of just group after group of scaring people. But at one point, they had a day shift. I remember that. So, like, a lot of people wouldn't be coming through, and you'd just be sitting in your spot for hours. And, some of the rooms, it's just a strobe light for hours and hours, and just like a creepy soundtrack over and over. And I'm like, I still have nightmares about it. It like messed me up in the head. I was just so scared. But what I'm getting at is I believe that place was haunted, and I really believe that a lot of Halloween haunted attractions are haunted because of the energy that people are bringing in. Think about it. Like you're going into these places and everyone's so scared, like just a crazy low vibration, like just so scared. And I think that's like a perfect recipe for a haunting, because that place was definitely haunted. It was in an old barn. I don't know what it was originally, but it was made out of an old barn. But I specifically remember when I worked during day shifts, there would be long periods of time when there's no customers. So the actors would kind of meet up in different rooms and like hang out for a bit. And I remember um, another person getting kind of creeped out too, because the animatronics that were like triggered by motion would set themselves off like pretty often. And we would like ask about it, and they're like, "No, like it's fine. Like there's nothing, like it's not malfunctioning." So kind of weird. I mean, I know the one I mentioned in Vegas, the Freakling Bros one, was it Ghost Adventures? I don't want to bring them up again, but I think it was on Ghost Adventures, and they investigated it and weird stuff happened in it. Um, so yeah, I think haunted houses are really haunted. Let me catch up. My sister said I was always in the clown room. Yeah, you were. I remember like hoping I was going to be in the clown room for some reason. I think because I knew you worked there, and I'm like, I always wanted to do what my sister did. But I didn't. I was in the clown room like one time, and I think I was probably just like not good at that room, like not good at acting in that one. So I didn't. I don't think I ever got put in that one again. I think they used me in it for like someone's break one time. I was always in I was mostly the nurse. So there's this doctor nurse room. So people come around a corner and there's like a door and then there's like a big open window and there's an animatronic body and it starts like seizing out. So typically if I wasn't alone and there was a doctor in the room, he would like barrel out of the door and scare them and then I would jump over the body. So every time people came around, I was literally jumping on this table, like high up and out of this window. And every time I would like hit my shin, I had so many bruises on my body. Like I went hard with the acting. Like I always think I'm not a good actress, but thinking back to that, I was like, I went in. So I was either the nurse, um, the one that like messed me up, the room that would like really freak me out. That room wasn't too bad because I like could sit under the table and it was pretty dark. But it wasn't a room that was there when my sister was there, but it was a newer room, and I had this fake taser, and I was supposed to like fake tase myself and like act like a crazy person. I think it was like kind of like a version of a hospital, but they had these metal bars that before the people got in my room, I had a metal thing and I would hit it against the bars and it would make big sparks. And then they would come around the corner and then I would jump out and like fake tase myself. But there was a heavy strobe light in that room and the audio that looped all night was so creepy. Um, so yeah, it gives me nightmares. Oh my God, wait, I forgot about the spine thing. My sister just I don't think I was ever the spine thing. I think I was maybe one time. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull up some kind there has to be a video or a picture of this thing out there. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna show you guys. It was called Dark Side Haunted House. Dark Side Haunted House. I should put Long Island. Maybe that's where the Long Island serial killer was burying his bodies. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And this is their website now. I feel like the website looks exactly the same. Media. Let's look at the pictures. Maybe I'm in here. I remember him. He was the boss. He's the owner of the place. They have to have this. There's no way they don't have the spine thing. I was also oftentimes the chainsaw victim. So people in that room would walk in and I would be like holding these chains. So like it would look like I was chained to the wall, but I was just holding them with my hands and I'd be screaming like, "Oh, he's coming to get me." And then I would like break off the chains and kind of run at them. And then the chainsaw guy would come in from the next room. However, I have a funny story about that too. There was typically only two guys they used because they wanted like big, scary looking guys for that role. One of them was really weird. This might have been the Long Island serial killer. But you know, if there's downtime, typically the person in the room next to you would come and like have a little chat or whatever. However, there's this one chainsaw guy that every time I was in that room, he would like come stand in the doorway. He wouldn't take his mask off. He was wearing I don't know what they call this. Baby face scary mask. It was like a baby face. Okay, yeah, it was kind of like something like that. I want to say it was from a movie. I don't know. It was a really creepy mask. He would come stand in the doorway, wouldn't take his mask off, which first of all is weird, and then he would not say anything. He would just stand there. I don't know if he was trying to scare me, but like he would do it very often and for very long periods of time. And thinking back, that's really weird and that's actually really scary. I should report that. Anyway. Oh yeah, they had the whole outside area, which I wouldn't usually be at, but they had a whole exterior maze, which was this, and then you would make it to inside. Back in the day, you would go inside first, then outside, I think. And then they switched it. There has to be a picture of the spine. I'm getting angry. I don't know how to explain this to you. I will if I have to, but Dark Side Haunted House, Long Island, spine. Oh, here's a picture of the outside. See what I mean? It's just like an old barn. I think it was actually like really a barn. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know if this was a true story, but I remember when that weird stuff was happening with the animatronics, someone told me that when they first acquired this barn to make the haunted house, they found a skeleton, like a real skeleton. But that seems like that would be on the news, so maybe. Oh my God, maybe it really was where the Long Island serial killer was burying his bodies. No, but I remember someone telling me that, but I wonder if they were just trying to scare me. There has to be a picture of the spine. So there's this one job position that was the worst one when people would first enter the haunted house. It was like an optical illusion. They had these mirrors and there was just a spine. And like whoever was working it had to just like put their head and hang over the spine. It would look like it's just their head on the spine and you would kind of heckle people. But it's extremely uncomfortable. And I think they made my sister be the spine person a lot. I was only the spine one time. I can't believe they don't have a picture of it. I'm in disbelief. Oh, maybe Yelp. Oh my God, that's me. I can't believe this exists. That's me. That was the nurse I was telling you guys about. Wow, yeah, that was me in the nurse room. That's hilarious. I was probably like six. Wait, this was 2011. Someone do the math for me. Wait, where's ChatGPT? How old was I in 2011?
Diane would be 12 years old.
Diane? Who's Diane? You started telling me.
Sorry. No worries. If you have any other questions or need help with something
What?
else.
What is this thing on about? Wait, what? Hold on. Hold the phone. We'll go back to this. So I asked ChatGPT how old was I in 2011. It registered what I said. It didn't think I said Diane. I said, it says, how old was I in 2011? And it says Diane would be 12 years old in 2011 if she was born in 1999. What? Who's Diane?
I'm not sure who Diane is from our conversation. Could you clarify what you're referring to?
You brought up Diane. I asked how old I was in 2011, and you told me how old Diane was. So who's Diane?
I'm sorry for the confusion. I must have misunderstood your question. If you were asking about your own age in 2011 and you were born in 1999,
I
would
wasn't
have
born
been-
in 1999. Where are you getting that information from? Who is Diane? You brought up Diane, and you know what I said.
I'm really sorry about the mix-up. I don't have any information about someone named Diane. If you have any other questions or need assistance with something else,
No, I feel like you're gaslighting me right now because I looked at the text and you know I said, how old was I in 2011? And then you responded with Diane, who was born in 1999. So what was that all about?
I'm really sorry for the mix-up. That was definitely a mistake on my part. If you were born in 1999, you would have been 12 years old in 2011. Thanks for pointing that out, and I'm here to help if you have any more questions.
This thing is gaslighting me. Okay, you're not going to admit it. I get it. I get it. Whatever. However, I was born in September 21st, 1993. So how old was I in 2011?
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. If If you were born on September 21st, 1993, you would have turned 18 years old in 2011.
Finally. Okay. So it's 18. There we go. Took long enough to get there. Who is Diane? That was so weird. Like, I get it if it misunderstood me, but it didn't. It's lying. It's gaslighting me. See, it even, because it registers what you say and puts it into text. And it says, how old was I in 2011? And knew what I said. So I don't know who Diane is, but I can't believe they still have my picture either. This was 2011, so I was 18 here. My favorite part was the makeup they did. They had professional makeup artists. They had like the latex makeup artist and then the airbrush one. So you would get there like an hour early and there would be a line and everybody would get their makeup done. God, I wonder what other pictures they have. There's not that many pictures and that's like I'm one of the pictures. That's so funny. This is it. This is all they have. This was one of the makeup artists. I think he did the airbrush makeup. I wish they had a picture of the weird guy that would stand in the doorway. I forgot that they had that hearse. I would love to own a hearse. So yeah, that's me. We can't find the spine person, but I would totally have gone on such a tangent that I don't remember where I'm at now. Okay. I had like a planned thing for today and I've just have done absolutely nothing I planned, but that's how Sunday service goes. But let me pull up my real list. Maybe it was you in another dimension. Yeah, this is gonna bother me. Like, who is Diane? I'm gonna try to ask him one more time. Who is Diane? I know you know, don't lie to me.
I'm here to help with your questions and provide information. I don't have any information about a person named Diane in our conversation. If there's anything else you'd like to know or discuss, feel free to ask.
I know you're trying to say you made a mistake, but clearly by the text in our chat, I said I was referring to myself, and then you brought up Diane. So can you just tell me like where that possibly came from? I know you're saying it was a mistake, but where did you pull the name Diane from?
I apologize for the confusion earlier. The mention of Diane was a mistake, and I'm not sure how that name came up. I'm here to assist with your questions or anything you need. Thank you for understanding.
I don't understand. Like, you're saying you don't know where that name came from, but like you're literally a robot computer. So everything is like logged, I'm sure. So where did the name Diane come from? I need an answer.
I understand why you're frustrated, and I'm truly sorry for the confusion. The name Diane was not intentional and seems to have been an error on my part. I'm here to help with any questions or information you need. Thank you for your patience.
It sounds like a customer service person now, and I'm getting angry. Who is Diane that was born in 1999?
I'm really sorry for the confusion. There is no specific person named Diane that I have information about. It seems I made an error earlier, and I apologize for any confusion that caused. If there's anything else,
Can you explain to me then how that error would occur? It's totally fine. I'm just trying to understand.
of course, I understand. Sometimes errors can happen due to the way responses are generated. I aim to provide accurate and helpful information based on the context of our conversation. If something unexpected comes up, it can be due to a processing error. I appreciate your understanding.
Oh, Patty said, you said I am, and AI thought Diane. No, but like it puts into writing like what it thinks I'm saying, and it didn't think I said Diane because that's what I originally thought. But in the text, it like registered what I said as I, like it didn't say Diane at all. I got scared. I got scared. Thank you, Patty, for the super chat. She said check out her merch. You know what? Let's take a little peek together. Because I put out a new shirt and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool shirt. It's comfortable. We got the Phantomat. What am I called myself? Phantomat? Is that the male version of me? Yeah, we have all the usuals. We have this. That's what I'm wearing right now. It's very comfortable. I'm gonna make some more versions of this because I wear this all the time. Even if other people don't get it, I'll be wearing it. This is the new shirt. I made it as cheap as I possibly can for you guys. That way it's affordable. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. But yeah, this shirt is cool. It's comfy. I wear it as a t-shirt dress. I think I got a size, I think it's an XL. When I do a t-shirt dress, I just get an XL shirt and just wear it like a dress. Usually put shorts under it just in case. But yeah, that's the new shirt. Let me catch up in the chat. You know, Diane from the 90s. Freaking Diane from 1999. She was 12 years old then. Yeah, I don't know. That Diane thing rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like how ChatGPT is trying to gaslight me. Who is she? Who's Diane? Don't lie to me. What's the size range I have? I have all sizes. It starts at small and goes to 3XL. I know for the tank tops, they go in lower sizes. For like the pink tank top, I got it extra small. But it's like pretty stretchy. I would like one Phantomet top hat. I should make top hats. Honestly. How cool would that be? Would you guys buy a top hat? That would be sick. I would love to make a jersey eventually, but I know that would be quite expensive, but I feel like it would be cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how long each design will stay up for. So, you know, if you're OGs and you say you get this shirt design and then it's discontinued, it's like, I know you're one of the OGs if you have it. So it's just like a fun little group thing. Patty said, I'm for the top hats. That would imagine all of us, like the cult, we become a real cult. And our thing is just we wear top hats. Nah, I know, Dustin, you're saying it would be too expensive, but I think it's worth every penny for a top hat. You don't know the kind of confidence you can have until you walk around in a top hat. Oh my God, yeah, my sister has my OG merch. I don't even have it. Like back when I was Third Eye Paranormal, before I was Lindsay Paranormal, before I was Phantomet, it was like, it's like the evolution of me. I started as Third Eye Paranormal in my little shell, and then I started like sprouting into Lindsay Paranormal, and then I blossomed into Phantomet, and she has the original merch. I know there's a couple people out there that have the original Third Eye Paranormal hats, but I don't know anyone else with a Third Eye Paranormal shirt, including myself. The top hat emoji. I love that. I don't know why I'm wearing the headphones still, because it's not doing anything. Honestly, it just feels kind of comfy. I've considered selling the horns. I'm still thinking about it, but the horns that are on my headphones. So I made these. I 3D print them, but I mean, it only works if you have AirPod Maxes, and I don't know how many people own those. Gathering of the Phantomets. Yes. And it's just a bunch of people in top hats talking to thin air, talking to ghosts. Okay. Yeah, I was seeing what's next on my list. ChatGPT has me all types of messed up. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I have a whole bunch of Reddit stories I wanted to share with you guys. I need to airdrop this to my computer, though. There we go. We're in business. Okay, wait. I gotta go tinkle. I'm gonna have to put you guys in the starting soon stream, but don't worry. I will be back momentarily and we're gonna get into some scary stories and we're gonna ghost hunt some pictures. So get ready for it. First of all, I love that merch idea. A shirt, who is Diane? Or just Diane with a question mark. Those who get it, get it. Okay, so I was browsing Reddit recently and found some cool ghost stories. Let me try to make this bigger. Well, I'll be reading it to you guys anyway. For those that are just listening and not watching, I know that's a possibility. Okay, so this right here, I saw this last night and I was thinking about, you never know if things are real or not that people put up. However, I would like to think that they're real either way, just for the entertainment purpose of it. So this person posted a picture of these feet, these footprints in their carpet, and this was not done by a human, apparently. They woke up. So it says, footprints facing my bed. They were so impressed into the carpet, they caught my eye as I was leaving the room. Foot size is similar to my own, men's 10.5, but I don't ever stand with my back against the closet door. Tried to recreate them, but I couldn't get my feet to leave a noticeable impression on the carpet. Yeah, that's freaky. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. Hey Timothy, how are you? I'm reading your thing now. Okay. So yeah, this person got footprints. I would be freaked out. I don't have any carpet, so that won't happen to me. I don't have carpet for that reason. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like carpet. Gives me allergies. All right. Next one. Oh, this was deleted. Dang. I picked out good ones. I don't know. Anyway, I have plenty more. That's unfortunate. Maybe it was fake and they felt like they were getting caught. I have way too many tabs open. Okay, here's one that did not get deleted. This is a cool one. I always like when weird things show up in pictures. So this one says, my family member went on a hike, but someone or something else showed up in her photo. Hey everyone, a few years ago, an older family member of mine went on her regular hike. The trail she takes runs through a fairly remote area on the side of a mountain with no buildings nearby and very few people ever around. One of the places along the path is an old cave with a long history, stretching all the way back to the Stone Age, Ice Age, and Viking times. I've been there myself. It's definitely an interesting area. She took some photos and later posted a few of them on Facebook, as older people tend to do. Oh, okay. Everything seemed normal at first, but then people started commenting on one of the photos asking who she was walking with, but she insisted that she had been completely alone. She looked at the photo again and then noticed it, a figure in the distance. There was no one else out there that she noticed. She hadn't seen or heard anything unusual. She was honestly really shaken by it. She's not someone who believes in the paranormal and definitely not someone who would ever fake a photo. She has absolutely no interest in that kind of thing. And to be honest, she's far too old and inexperienced with technology to know how to Photoshop something like that, even if she wanted to. Damn, this person is just lighting this lady up, calling her old, saying she's like old because she's on Facebook, that she's not good with technology. It sounds like me. It sounds like she's describing me. If you don't immediately see what I'm referring to, check the second image, it's clearer there. I've posted this on Reddit before, never got a solid explanation. Still, the photo has stuck with me for years. Let's take a look. Let's pull it up. Okay, so this is the first image, and when I first looked at it, I had the same problem. I was like, what? I thought I was going to be seeing something like bigger, I guess. And then let's go to the second one that's a little more zoomed in. Oh, that's creepy. I didn't look at the zoomed in version. Do you guys see that? Look at its face. I wish I can go bigger. Can I go bigger? I want to get closer. I want to get closer to you. It looks very... Okay, it either looks like a deceased child or it looks like some kind of troll. Like, you know how there's cryptids that are like little trolls? I forget what they're called. Let me see. Cryptid trolls. Um. Okay, well, this is what pulled up, but you know, it's got that kind of face. No, but I'm thinking of something or like a little gnome. Am I thinking of a lawn gnome? No. I can't figure out what I'm trying to tell you guys, but there's these little cryptids that are like these little like troll things. But yeah, I guess it kind of looks like a kid. It looks, you can clearly see a blue shirt. Can you guys see? You guys can't see my mouse, but you can clearly see a blue t-shirt and overalls, and you see blonde hair. Then you see eyes. You can see a nose and a mouth. The nose looks a little screwed up, and the lips look black. That is so eerie. And I believe this. I want to say I believe this one. I feel like I'm pretty good at deciphering when something's like fake or not, unless someone's a really good liar, but based on the story, if we're taking it at face value, like this is a crazy picture. Oh, someone's telling me how to zoom. Let me see. Control plus. Okay, let's see what happens. I think it's because I'm on a Mac. Macs suck. Here. I can't even make it bigger. Oh. Here. No, that doesn't work either. That's Diane, guys. That's Diane. There she is. She was 12 years old because she was born in 1999. She said she was 12. Man, you guys know that video? That was the best time to say that. I wish Tanner was watching because we have the same humor with that. She said she was 12. I'm going to play it for you guys.
Who are you waiting for? My friends. Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl. She said she was 12. We've got the screenshots.
Oh, I listened to that video like every couple months and then it sticks in my head for so long and then eventually I forget about it and then I remember it and I get so excited. It's such a bad situation. Like he was trying to meet up with a child, but so funny. Why does he say it like that? She said she was 12. One more time. Diane said she was 12.
Who are you waiting for? My friends. Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl. She said she was 12.
Tell me that's not one of the funniest videos you guys have ever seen. She said she was 12. Like he really talks like that. What was the first thing he said?
Who are you waiting for?
Wait, let's analyze this video really quick. The way he jumps when she comes, she doesn't like say anything aggressively and he jumps so hard. This right here.
Who are you waiting for?
The jump. Me, when I get scared at a haunted location, that's my move. My friends? What accent is that? My friends?
Who are you waiting for?
My friends? I think he's like plugging his nose. My friends? Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl. She said she was 12.
Wait, look how angry his face is. Look. She said she was 12. Okay, that's enough. I had to show you guys that. So yeah, this picture's crazy though. I think this is real, and I think that is so rare to get. Oh, Kiki's awake. To get a picture that clear of something. Hi. You want to come say hi to the chat? Come here. You want to say hi? Kiki's 14 years old, but she said she was 12. Come here. Come here. Here she is. She said she was 12. She's so stinky. Why are you so stinky? You want to say hi? Say hi into the mic. Say hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice. Oh. Hi. Good morning. She's so sleepy. She was taking a nap. She said she was 12. Okay. So that was that one. Next one. If you hear, that's Kiki licking me. I can't ever get her to stop. So I apologize in advance. Yeah, Kiki's a licker. She doesn't have teeth, though. She's one tooth. Ooh, okay. This was a cool story. I like this one. My wife and I have twin boys, one of which is named after my late great uncle who never got to meet him. When they were 2, every night after baths, I'd lay them in their towels in the room to dry off and put on their diapers. Every night, the son named after my late uncle would stare up at the corner of the ceiling in his room and point and say, "Hi, baby," laugh, wave, play peekaboo, and just interact with, well, nothing. This freaked me out more than it freaked out my wife, who passed it off as being just a weird little kid. Eventually, I started asking about what he was seeing while he was doing it. He would say things like baby sleeping, baby funny, baby eyes black, or sometimes baby sad, baby crying, etc. which didn't help ease my mind. One day, I asked him what the baby's name was. He said Rory. This stopped me dead in my tracks. A few months prior, we tried to implant our last IVF embryo, but the pregnancy failed. We have already decided on a name for the baby, and it was, you guessed it, Rory. We never once mentioned anything about the pregnancy, babies, or uttered the word Rory to the twins, nor to any family members they interact with. After this embryo, the doctors gave us about a 1% chance of ever getting pregnant naturally. Fast forward to a couple weeks later, my wife wasn't feeling too well and on a whim took a pregnancy test. She came out to tell me she took a test before she even said anything to me. My son walked over to her, kissed her belly, and said, "Baby mommy's belly." He didn't know anything about her taking a test or anything about pregnancies in general. That's how I found out she was pregnant. Once we found out we were pregnant, the baby sightings in his room stopped completely. Fast forward again a couple weeks, my son has never seen a picture of my uncle, who he is named after. We were visiting my parents, and I decided to find a picture of this uncle, tell my son how he was named after him, and tell him a bit about it. Before I said anything, he points to the picture and says, "Oh, baby, hi, baby," just like he did in the corner of his room. My consensus is that the uncle watches over my kids. My consensus is that my uncle watches over my kids, was with the child that we lost, and my eyes are getting so blurry, they're so dry, and that's who he was seeing in his room. Wow. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy. Why was the baby seeing a baby though if it was the uncle? Like, was the uncle appearing as a baby? That's wild though. That makes me feel like it was like, because they lost the child, was he seeing their unborn child maybe? And then once they got re-pregnant, it wasn't showing up anymore because it was like reincarnated, like a karmic contract kind of deal. That's a crazy story. Did the uncle die as a baby? I don't think so, because he was trying to find pictures of him. He had to have been older. Bye, Patty. I don't know. She probably already left, but goodbye. Damn. That's a hell of a story. Kids really do be seeing crazy ghosts, though. I mean, I even remember like seeing things when I was young. I do remember that. But it's just so common that kids do, and it's so interesting that they just like sweep it under the rug after a while. I think when parents don't encourage it and like discourage it, I think that's like the worst thing to do. I think that you should not scare them or even encourage it, but just like really listen to what they're saying, or maybe encourage it. I think if I had a kid and they were saying things, I would not like encourage it, like put things in their head, but like never shut them down and like fully let them talk about it as much as they want to. That's kind of like how after my dad passed away, right when he passed away, like I've always heard stories about people asking out loud when someone passed to like come to them in the version of something that they can recognize. And I did that with a feather, and I get crazy amounts of feathers in the weirdest ways. Oh no, I'm gonna let Kiki out. She's about to pee in my rug. Kiki, don't pee in my rug. Please. Come here. Come here. Sorry about that. She had to go pee pee, and she was about to pee on my little rug in here. But yeah, I've seen feathers like in my car, on the dashboard of my car. One of my good friends knows like the feather thing. And it's crazy because she'll see a feather in a weird way, and then it's happened twice. And then she'll contact me and be like, hey, I just found a feather in this like weird way. Are you good? And usually it's when something is going down or like I'm having a bad moment. So it's crazy how that stuff works. You know, it's just, it really is mind boggling. Michael said, I saw my grandfather when I was 12 coming up the stairs, clear as day. He passed away when I was 9 months old. Yeah, that's how I saw my great grandma. My sister remembers that story. I'm sure I've told it in here before. But yeah, I saw her walk into my sister's room, and I don't know how old I was. I was pretty young. Yeah, that's definitely a cool reincarnation story. That stuff is very fascinating. All right. I want to preface this by saying that I don't know anyone who was involved or affected by 9/11. This is my first time really learning, blah, blah, blah. So basically, this girl goes to this 9/11 memorial, and she doesn't have any direct connections to it. So she just, she doesn't think she's going to have any crazy reaction. As we walked into the entrance, I felt completely fine and was talking and engaging in the conversations around me. As I started going down the escalator down to the wooden floor, I started to feel off, and as soon as I stepped foot on the wood, I felt nauseous, disorientated, and sick. Standing still, I felt like I was standing on a boat, rocking up and down. When I walked, I would stumble, and I had a bit of trouble being able to find my balance. I didn't even make it to the very bottom before I had to lean against a wall and take some deep breaths. So she's already feeling affected. She's feeling like physically affected by this 9/11 memorial. As I went around the memorial, it kept getting worse, but there were a few places where it felt so bad, I felt like I was going to pass out. Some of those places where I felt the worst was by the support beams and where the towers stood, and in the exhibit with the drawings of the children's affected by the event. At first, I thought I was hungry or dehydrated, but after a while, I noticed that drinking water and chewing gum, sucking on some candy wasn't helping. And I got the feeling that I needed to get out of there and go back upstairs. It seems that it was right, considering that as soon as I got on the escalator going up, I felt better. And as soon as I was fully out of I think that's a typo, of the memorial, I would breathe and walk better, and the nausea was completely gone. It felt like a fever dream. I thought I had like made up something, but later I was getting my medication from my school nurse on a trip. I described what I felt, and she told me several other students felt the same way. That's crazy. Um, I was thinking this too. I'm glad she mentioned this. I've also been considering that maybe reaction to the pollution in New York City. Like, I wonder, is there still any, like, how it's like dangerous to like breathe over there? I mean, I guess after the cleanup, it should be all done. But no, I 100% believe that that could be, like how I mentioned earlier, I think that places where a lot of tragedy happens, or if somebody passes away tragically, I think part of that gets stuck there. And now think of that on a very large scale, where the 9/11 memorial is. Like, that's where it happened. So many people lost their lives. So many people were affected by this, and that's where it happened. So I 100% believe that even if somebody isn't necessarily intuitive, that they can feel that and get affected by that. Now, people that do have that antenna, like myself, like I feel that way when I walk into an antique store. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like, I really do. It's very strange. I think if you pay attention to it more, it could happen to you. I think anyone's capable of that. Dead site paranormal in the house. So what is going on? So yeah, I would like to go to that memorial. It's crazy because I have a picture. I meant to grab it to show you guys. maybe I'll put it on my Patreon or something, but I have a picture of me and my sister standing in front of the World Trade Center sign exactly 1 month to the day before that happened. So it was um August 11th of that year. And I was in a pageant, like a beauty pageant thing. So we were staying at the hotel next to it, which I think is gone, likely. But yeah, it's really crazy. If we were there exactly 1 month later, that's a close call. And then this is the last link I have before we'll get into the next thing. But I thought this was interesting. Ghosts and dreams are cool. Um, my mother-in-law was a twin. She lost her twin brother 30 years ago. She called me and asked if I was pregnant because her deceased brother visited her in her dreams. He was putting together a crib. She asked him, "What is this for?" And he replied, "You're going to have a grandson." When she told me this, I thought she was insane. We weren't even trying to get pregnant. A few days later, I started to get morning sickness and found out I was unexpectedly pregnant. And guess what? I ended up having a son to make it even creepier. That's wild. I've had predictive dreams before, but nothing that intense. Like that's a big thing to guess that someone's pregnant through a dream. I think me more so I have a lot of deja vu. So like I don't remember it until I'm in some spot. I'm like, oh my God, I had a dream about this. And that happens to me at a lot of haunted locations. I don't know what that's all about or why that happens, but dreams are so fascinating to me. Okay. Well, I think that's all the links I have for you guys. So, mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, I had wrote down something I wanted to talk about briefly. I think I want to get into this like in a whole different episode and like do a deep dive, but it's really um weird how with big tragedies, it seems like people predict them in a way or like have a foreshadowing about it. So at the Titanic Museum, I recall there was one lady who predicted like something bad was going to happen. Like she went on the boat anyway. I don't think she wanted to. I think like her husband was like, "It's fine, let's go." But she like knew she had an overwhelming feeling something bad was going to happen. But I think with the Titanic, there was a lot of people that felt that way. And I'm sure that there's stories about 9/11 as well, like with people having a bad premonition about something happening and like not going to work that day. I always like, how does that happen? Is there like a signal that gets put out, you know? Okay, now a Sunday service would not be complete without a little bit of ghost hunting. So I wanted to try something with you guys. So if you saw my last episode, I had talked about how I went to an antique store and that's where I got the matches from the Golden Gate, like really old matches. And of course, I can't just get one thing when I go to an antique store. So um, I went into this bin that caught my eye, and it's a bunch of old photos. Here, I'm taking them out of the sleeve so I can show you guys. But it's like actual old pictures of people. I have a ton of them. So I always wonder, you know, like objects can hold memories and energy, not always intelligent energy, but like energy gets stuck to these things. And pictures are like stuck in time. You know what I mean? It's like a memory and it's physically here. Like whoever this kid is, like he has a name, he has a story. this happened somewhere, this was captured, and now it's here. And I mean, this looks very old. This person's probably not even alive anymore. And now I have this. So is it possible that there's energy stuck on this and that I can pull stories from this? I mean, psychic mediums do it all the time. They can like look at a picture, like touch it and like know the story. So, I mean, I'm not claiming to be a psychic medium at all, but I've been really practicing this more lately and like testing my own abilities. Um, but yeah, I just want to like do this as a joint thing with you guys to see if like we can pick up like guess anything about these people and then try to use some equipment to confirm what we're picking up on. Oh, this one's creepy. I'm going to show you guys that picture in a second. I don't mean to offend anyone in the picture, but that was a little scary. I did this kind of experiment at the Stanley for the first time, and I think I'm going to continue doing it. So in the beginning of the night, before I really did anything, I sat in the room that I was investigating. I put on white noise, like spirit box, but it wasn't scanning through stations. It was just on a static station, just white noise. And I sat there and I meditated. And I, any words that popped up, even if it doesn't make any sense, even if I thought it wasn't relevant, at the end of my meditation, I wrote down anything that I felt or that popped into my head. And I was like, I'm going to see if any of this is relevant throughout the night. Now, one thing that I came up with was like a name, like it was like an SH or like a CH in a name. And that did end up coming up later in the night, which is pretty cool. It's a start. It was only one thing that was connected. But I do think that the more that someone practices this, I think it's trainable. I think we can get there. So let's do it with some pictures. It's always such a weird feeling, like when you see these old pictures in an antique shop, like I get such a, I don't know, it's like not nostalgic feeling. It's like almost like sad. Like I almost feel like it's like forgotten memories. Like maybe someone else has a copy of the picture too, but I don't know. It's a weird feeling. Maybe Diane is in one of these pictures. I thought that earlier, but I didn't want to tell you guys about the pictures yet. But I'm like, oh my God, maybe she's in one of these pictures. One of the ladies in here looks like she could be named Diane. Okay, let me see. I don't have a pen. I had my notebook I was gonna write in, but we're gonna have to do it digitally. All right, so let's just pick out 3 and we'll do this together as a team. I'll have you guys, kind of tell me anything that you might be picking up from the pictures. I'll write down whatever I'm picking up and then we'll do a little investigating. But there's a lot of pictures and we got to narrow it down because it'll take too long. So let's pick out 3. I'm going to show you guys all the pictures and then we'll go back through them and pick them. But I'll just give you guys an initial baseline look at the pictures. I'll put them in like some kind of order too. Okay, so picture number 1, we got a little baseball kid. I have no idea what year that could be from. We have this couple. Oh, we have a date on this one on the back. So this one actually says January 1950. That's cool. So we got baseball kid, we have couple. This looks like she seems like a teacher. We have these 2 little boys that are looking very dapper. They're all suited and booted. Is that a top hat? No, that's like a fedora. I got excited. Okay, and then we have, looks like a class of children with some silly hats. We have a kid with a bat. But this says something on the back. Hold on. What does this say in the back? Something 5 years old, 403. Oh my God, has an address on it. These are literally like pictures from people's like family albums. I think it's like says a name. It says something 5 years old, 403 South Ron Street. It's in script. And then there's like a cross. You see that? It's really hard to read. It's a really light pencil, but that's crazy. I wish I can. I'm gonna have to figure out that address. 403. It doesn't have like a city or state or anything though. It's the problem. And then last but not least, this is the one that I was like, it's a little scary. A little scary. This was in 97. Okay, brace yourselves. Imagine seeing that ghost in the woods outside of that house. This was June 97. Weird picture. Okay, so let's pick out 3. I feel like this has to be one of them. It's just a given. So we need 2 more. So we have Bat Kid, Baseball Kid, Couple, Teacher, Dapper Kids, School Class. Yeah, 97, but still black and white is strange. Yeah, I don't know if like maybe it wasn't taken in 97. It's just like written in pencil in the back. Who knows? Okay, Sydney said Dapper Kids. We like the Dapper Kids. Where did they go? Wait, I'm so confused. Where are the Dapper Kids? Am I going crazy? Did I drop it? Where are the Dapper Kids? Oh, here they are. They were hiding. Okay, so we got the lady, we have the Dapper Kids, and we need 1 more. Okay, so we have class of children, we have the teacher-looking lady, we have the kid with the bat, and we have the baseball kid. Here, let's just start with the 2. I feel like 2 is enough. This is an experiment, so we don't know how this is going to go. Okay, so let's start. Start with the lady. Okay. So this is an experiment, guys. Don't overthink anything. There's no judgment here. If you guys are feeling anything that pops into your head about this picture, it could feel like it makes no sense, but if you get some kind of word or scent or feeling or name or a letter, put it in the chat. I'm going to sit here. Give me a minute. I'm going to try to tune into this picture and see if I get anything. Okay. I wrote down a couple things. I'll add in what you guys, if you guys, I didn't check the chat yet, but so I got just as downloads in my head. Again, this could mean nothing, but this is an experiment. So I wrote down English. I don't know if that means like a language or English, like British, just the word English for some reason. Name that starts with an A. I got a name that starts with an A and the word holiday. So here's some of the stuff the chat said. Waffles and dark roast coffee, relocate, isolated. Alice. Oh, that's so weird. Wait, I said an A name. Wait, Darren said Alice. That's really strange. Okay. That could be important. Alice, A name. Patty's back. Welcome back. Confident and content and content with her life, coming in strong for me with this person. Let's go already. Mash on her way to church, Sunday service. That's weird with an A. Yeah, Darren, that was weird. I got Fiona, a F name. I pictured the picture. Bye, Michael. Have a good night. You will be missed. Okay, now we're going to just really be focusing on this picture. And again, I mean, we don't know if this woman's still alive, but I don't think somebody needs to be passed away for their energy to still be part of something. Okay. So I turn the word bank on. Can you? Okay. Whoever's in this picture, we asked you to come forward. We don't know if you are still alive or not. But we're going to call upon the energy that is attached to this picture specifically. Can you give us any clues as to who this woman might be in this picture, or where she is, or just anything about her life? Can you give us some information about the picture, about the woman in this picture? And if you guys, I know we did this last time where some people downloaded the Necrometer app or the Spirit Talker app. Feel free to turn it on. This would be the perfect time to turn it on if you can. And let's see what we get. I'm trying to put this where you guys can see it. Transitions. Okay. Does your name start with an A? Do you have a name that starts with an A? And no, the word bank before only said most likely not, and it said transitions. Glass. Pipe. Oh God. No, was she into drugs? 1920s vibes. Can you please give us your name? 1980s. Ooh, okay. 1980s came up. So that could be relevant for something. The back of the picture says 97. So I'm not sure if that's when it was taken, but it's possible. But the word bank said 1980s. Were you born in the 1980s? Was the woman in this picture born in the 1980s? It's interesting. I always feel like as well. When information comes through, I don't think it's always the person. Like, say I'm asking questions about her, maybe she's still alive, we don't know. But I think that the spirit realm in general has a general knowing of like things. So I think that sometimes when things are being answered, it's something to do with the spirit realm, not necessarily always the exact person. I think it could be, when it's an intelligent thing going back and forth with you. Coates, 16, passed away in the 1980s. I don't think she passed away in the 1980s because the picture says 97 on the back, but it's handwritten in pencil. Messages from beyond. Can you please give us a message from beyond? Here, you guys keep on your word banks, keep the words coming. I'm going to put on the Seer app to see if we can get some kind of picture. Can you show us a picture that has to do with the woman in this picture? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, that's creepy. Let me show you guys. It's a skull, several skulls on the side of a road that looks like it's in a remote mountain. Yikes. Okay. Did something bad happen to you? Oh. Did something bad happen to you? Is that what you're trying to show me? What does that picture mean? Ashley said, mine said she is here right when you asked. Okay. Can you give me another image of just anything that is relevant to you? Can you make an image pop up on this device for us? Oh, that was another one that popped up pretty quick. This is so random. This is a very random one. It's like a belly dancer. Maybe she was a dancer. Were you a dancer? Did you used to dance? Menacing face came up. She does have a bit of a menacing face. That's what kind of drew me to it in the first place. Can you please give us your name? Patty's on the Seer app now. Occult activity came up. Okay, and afraid. Maybe this woman was into some weird stuff. I've never tried the speech thing on the necrometer. I wonder what it does. Is it just static? Can you confirm with us if your name starts with an A? I do have my actual Ovilus too. Okay, I'm putting the Ovilus on. I'm gonna keep the Seer app on, but I kind of want to try my spirit portal. I don't know if it's charged. It's a teacher. It's weird because we have that teacher picture. I don't know. Maybe it's picking up on that, but maybe she was a teacher. That is weird though that it's a teacher. Okay. Teacher, rocket, mist. Cloud heavy. Oh no, Sydney, I hope you feel better. Make sure you chug a lot of water. Oh my God, that's so weird. I see, this is when I wish I just trust my instinct. A couple, like 30 seconds ago, I was thinking bake. Like, I feel like she's like a baker, but I was like, maybe I'm just thinking that because she's a woman during that time period and like they bake stuff. But then the word bank just said cook. So maybe I was onto something. I was picking up something. I'm just gonna say everything I'm thinking now. I heard commotion outside. It said that the letter L came up. Anyway, guys, this is the spirit portal. If you haven't seen one before. It said Nana. It also said day and year. A lot's coming up on this. I'm gonna put the Ovilus like on the picture. Can you tell us where you're from? Iron. Date. It's okay, so it said, hold on. Let me confirm. This is nice because there's a log in it, so don't. What the heck? Okay, yeah, so it said, this is interesting because on the back it has the month and the year, and this said year, day, date. What is the date on the back of this picture? What happened on that date? What does that date mean to you? Was that an important day for you? Did some said reveal. Can you reveal what happened on that day? Lamb. I can't keep up with this. Okay. Sneak, react. Where was that picture taken? Can you tell us where the picture was taken? Ship. It doesn't look like you're in a ship. Were you going to a ship? Huh. See if we can get the spirit portal to work. So this connects to a spirit box. It said glove and heavy. And this is supposed to cut out a bit of the static and make it easier for the voices to come through. Does your name start with an A? Angry. Speed, angry. Were speed, angry. Was she speeding around because she's angry? Is that why there was skulls on the side of the road in that picture? I need 3 AAA batteries. Oh, and then Ashley also got, I was angry. Why were you angry? Now it said malicious. Troop. I wonder if she had an army husband because like ship, troop, deceit, and Doug. Like Doug. This is painting a weird picture over here. I'm getting weird vibes now. Tool. Tool, Doug. Damn, a lot. Did you have an army husband? Head, sad, crash. Wait, I really feel like there's something with a car accident or something because all of the words that are coming up, crash, angry, speeding. Um, did you get into a car accident? It said July. Wait, when was the picture taken? The word bank said July. Oh, and then after I asked if she got into a car accident, it said water. Oh no, it said Walters. I thought it said water. Never mind. January, February, March, April, May, June. So this is June. This said July. Walter, was Walter your husband's name? Did you have a husband named Walter? Did something happen with a car accident? Was he in a car accident maybe? Roadway. Hold on, it's still saying stuff about like roads. Weird. Roadway. What are you referring to the roadway you showed me on the Seer app? I gotta put the Seer app back on. That was weird. See if we can get this bad boy to work. Island puddle. Scratch. Don't scratch me. That's for sure. Hmm. Said the letter L twice now. Are you referring to me because my name's Lindsay? Hmm. I don't know what's up with this. Oh, you know what? I think it needs a battery in the back. Hell yeah. I think it might work. I love that you guys are just down to chill with me and do spooky things because usually this is just me alone. So now I have friends. Oh, okay, that's gonna be loud. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Right into the microphone. But the good news is that I think it's gonna work. So there's that. Okay. Sorry, hold on. It's really hard to adjust this thing. Oh my God, it sounds like I said Lindsay. Wait, you guys probably didn't hear that yet. Wait, just to tell you guys too, the Obulus said truck. It's still talking about a roadway, a truck. It's very strange. There's something with a car accident. I think her husband's in the military. It said government. Hello? Can you guys hear it? Guy. Hello? Can you say hi? If there's anyone here, can you say hi? I heard a little hey, but it's very quiet. Hello? If there's anyone here, can you say something through this spirit portal? This thing is so tricky to like, there's so many dials. Okay, well, I'm just gonna let it chill there. Oh, okay, wait, this is super cool. Hold on, let me pull up the picture. I got a picture on the Seer app, and it looks like where she is. Tell me this doesn't look like that. How weird is that? That really looks like the picture. That looks a lot like the picture. Okay. Let's try the other picture. Wait, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but this literally said, okay, in like a little kid voice. Okay, where was the other picture? The dapper kids, the dapper kids. Okay. Oh, oh my God, wait, it said Lisa telepathy. Is Lisa still here? She loves to say her name on this word bank. Okay, so we're going to move on to this picture. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to sit here for a second, see if I pick up anything on it. You guys do the same. I'll put the picture up so you guys can see it, and then we'll see what happens. I know it's kind of dark, but there you go. You get the gist of it. Okay. I got a couple things from this. I wrote down the name Johnny. I wrote down bike. I was seeing like an image of a bicycle. Move. And I was getting like I don't know if he had a move for something, like move houses, move states, something about moving, and divorce. Okay. Let's dive in. I'm gonna start with the necrometer. Oh, Timothy got John too. That's weird. That's weird. I love when that happens. I love when synchronicities happen. Okay. We're looking to get information about the boys in this picture. If whatever spirits are around can hear me, can you help us paint the picture of who these boys are? Darren said, I think one of them lived until he was 89. I wish there was a date or anything on the back of this. I can't even really identify where they are. Oh, this just said hi. by the house or like the condos here. I can't really recognize what state this might be. Can you tell us anything about locked out laundry room? That's weird. That's very oddly specific. Is that a memory you have? Wait, it's a Joshua. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, it wasn't Johnny, maybe it was Joshua. It's a J name. Sometimes it happens like that. Or maybe one was John, one was Joshua, but that's cool that we got a J name. Cultural narratives and kind, it said. What's the other kid's name? Is one of them Joshua? What's the other one's name? Pasture? Can you give us another name? Yeah. Kids were into economics. They look like they are wearing those suits. Josh and John. So Sydney got J names earlier too. Why did I freeze? Did I freeze? Can you guys still hear me? I feel like my camera's frozen, right? Can you hear me though? Is my audio frozen? Audio's working. Okay. Oh my God, now things are coming up. They're haunting my computer. Do you guys see bubbles in front of my face? Am I just seeing it on my end? Why is there bubbles on my face and I'm frozen? Where did the bubbles even come from? Are these kids playing a prank on me? What is happening right now? I'm so confused. How did bubbles magically appear and I'm frozen? I don't know what to say about that. Hold on. This is the strange. How did I get bubbles? Right? Oh my God, wait, what if that's two spirit orbs? What's happening? Whoa. I don't even know what to do. Okay, well, is that our cliffhanger until next time? Like, I genuinely, hold on. I'll try to unplug my camera and plug it back in, I guess. I'm confused how I got bubbles in the first place. Okay. Webcam is plugged back in. Let's see if we... Okay, yeah, I'm back. I imagine that was the weirdest thing ever. How did that happen? No, I'm not frozen. Yeah, I don't... Very suspicious. Now I gotta redo my camera. We're at the wrong white balance now. 5600K. Let's zoom it back out. That was literally the weirdest thing. Okay, where did these kids go? Are you guys playing a prank on me? It's a putrid. Did you guys make my computer freeze with some bubbles? Mythical creatures. Mythical creatures? Is there something else here trying to talk to us? Let's see if they can use the Seer app as well as the last one. Then I gotta get going soon because I know Kiki's hungry. Can you give us a really good picture? I need to go out on a good note here, and we really want to see what you can paint a picture of for us. The two boys. The word bank said this wagon. Cable lift. Jeez. Jeez. Oh, we got a picture. We got a picture. Okay. Let's see what we got. This looks very sad. Okay, wait. Hold on. Just to throw it out there. So I said divorce before and moving. So a picture came up of an empty room and a woman standing there, and she looks sad. And Chester said, I'm flickering at the farm. That's weird because that kind of goes with what my word bank was saying. Weird. I still can't get over the picture of that house with that lady. Went American. Before it said cultural something too. I wonder if they were like immigrants or something. It's hard to tell by looking at them. Oh, Patty sent stuff from her Seer app. Let me see. Let's take a look what Patty got during this. Oh, okay. So this was like during the first picture, I believe. Looks like an investigation, like a little detective. That reminds me of like a detective. We got a double rainbow. She got, oh, this is so creepy. I don't like this at all. Oh my lord. It's like a bunch of scarecrows in a field. Oh my god, wait, Patty, you almost got the same picture as me. It's like a house with a tree. Okay, Patty got this picture. I got a very similar picture, and it looks like the picture. That's crazy. That's weird. Wow, okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's Sunday service. Kiki is well beyond her dinner time, and I know she's pissed off in there. So I'm going to be a good dog mom and feed her. But I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me because I feel like we can just chill and I feel like there's no pressure. You guys are just all very friendly and open-minded and welcoming, and I appreciate that. And you guys are fun to hang out with. I had fun, and I hope you had fun too, most importantly. Thank you, Patty, for sending me those pictures. That was very interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you all. If you want to buy merch, it's available on the website. New shirt, new stuff coming soon though. So if you don't want to get something now, there'll be stuff in the future. Don't worry about it. If you haven't joined my Patreon yet, join it. You can join for free. There's paid tiers, but you can be on there for free and still get some cool behind the scenes stuff. If you haven't watched my newest episode yet, definitely go watch that. If you have watched it, put it on replay again. Put it on mute. I don't care. It helps my algorithm. Thank you very much to my sister for staying in the chat this whole time and, you know, keeping everything organized because she's the most organized human I know. Shout out to Benji. Thank you, Benji, the bulldog, for being here for a bit, making his grand appearance. Yeah, I love you guys. I will see you next week, if not before then, but you know, hope to see you all at the next Sunday service. Love you. Goodbye.